aware of some of the cases that Thurgood Marshall was a part of as a lawyer for the NAACP and then as a Supreme Court justice. So just to give a sense of, legal and sort of journalistic context to what I'm about to say, the march to justice is long. I like to believe President Obama, forever my president, when he talked about the long arc, of justice. Yeah, it'll get there. Undeniably, there are such deep issues, and we're seeing it all the time with systemic bias and so on and so forth. I think that one thing that separates, when you think about protest, right? Protest in the last 15, 20 years has been largely ineffectual. The civil rights protest worked. NAACP did so much great stuff, and Martin Luther King Jr. and all of his cohorts did so much to affect actual change with their protest. But if you think about 2003 with the Iraq War, think about 2011 with Occupy Wall Street, 2014 even with Black Lives Matter. When you look at policies, civil rights movement affected policies. We haven't seen that yet. Hashtag activism, people get excited. Weekend warriors, they think they did something by posting a hashtag. Now that's important, but there's no doubt that social media has made it so people can organize in a flash and can get things going. But that needs to be paired with like a real structural cavity, with organizations that can understand the structural nature of these problems and make actual change. Because the thing with hashtag activism, the thing with protest, is that we often take these issues and make them feel, we put a humanistic spin on them, and that's real. There's heart. We're talking about humans. But the nature of these problems, to solve them, it goes beyond feelings. The difference between what's happening now with the kinds of protests that we're seeing now and the civil rights movement were people like Thurgood Marshall. He understood how to make that change. And I just want to, props to the producers of this film. They picked a case from Thurgood's early career, and it's a sexy case. I mean, there's sex involved. It's sexy. So we're all going to sit and watch it. They did a great job of the screenplay. The actor's great. Give it up to Chadwick Boseman. It's amazing. But getting that kind of change done is not necessarily a sexy thing. It's boring. This man went to law school. I went to law school. There's nothing sexy about that. We are bored in libraries, but that's the way these changes get made. So I'll leave it there, but I just want to say that you have to pair the protest with people that actually understand how to make these changes on a structural level. And that, to me, is what justice looks like.
Absolutely. Let's talk to that.
Let me jump in.
Sure thing, sure.
We should applaud Monique for her aggressive activism in believing that there's no hope, but realizing that she's a part of the hope. That she is a part, as is many of you in here, a part of the driving force to change what's going to happen in time. It doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen because we say we are being mistreated. We have to become, and when I say we, I'm talking about the collective we of all of us in this room. We have to be the ones that spearhead the change. Because when we sit back and say it ain't gonna happen, it ain't gonna happen. But when we take a stand, and believe me, the new civil rights, the new movement is Black Lives Matter, is each and every one of you standing up, speaking up, and letting it be known that the changes that are happening, we're not, as Black people, benefiting from it. Some of us in here, when I look around, I'm a senior citizen. I've got my 4 scores in 10 years. But I'm still a part of that movement that needs to happen. Now understand, my boss, she's 84 years old. And she's been in this battle for 25, 30 years. You're the new frontier of the change that needs to happen. We can work with you. We can help you to get there. But I don't get paid for any of the things that I do, and I've been doing it for 25 years. I get up every morning since I retired, well, actually before I retired, and got involved with the NAACP, and I'm still fighting the battle. But you see, I can't do it by myself. Monique can't do it by herself. It takes an army to get involved with the things that are going on. Don't expect, because Monique is a soldier in the army, to let Monique do it. Each and every one of us need to take part in it. And 45 and that administration ain't gonna make it easy for you. They're gonna do everything in their power to prevent us from getting to where we need to be. So every day is a new day. Every day we get up, everyone in this room need to take in some way a position on where we see ourselves going, and don't give up the battle because it didn't happen yesterday. Our day is coming.
I love that. One of the things